In the entire biblical record, only 2 human beings are said to have escaped the experience that awaits all others: death. First, there's Enoch. Genesis 5:24 tells us, Enoch walked with God, then he was no more because God took him away. It's a quiet but stunning verse. Enoch lived just 365 years, unusually short for the pre-flood era. But what sets him apart is not his age, but his walk. He had such close fellowship with God, such intimacy that the Lord didn't let him taste death. He was simply taken. The Hebrew word implies a sudden removal, like being transferred or caught up, and the New Testament confirms it. Hebrews 11:5 says, "By faith Enoch was taken from this life, so that he did not experience death. He could not be found because God had taken him away." Enoch's life was a prophetic picture, one who walked so closely with God that he escapes the grave entirely. Then we have Elijah. In 2 Kings 2:11 we read this, "Suddenly a chariot of fire and horses of fire appeared, and Elijah went up to heaven in a whirlwind." Elijah, the fearless prophet who confronted kings, called down fire and heard God's whisper on Mount Horeb, did not die. Instead, in a blaze of glory, he was taken into heaven before the eyes of his successor, Elisha. So here we have 2 men, Enoch and Elijah, both walking faithfully before God, both removed from the earth in supernatural ways, and neither experienced death. Why does this matter? Because the Bible says in Hebrews 9:27, "It is appointed for men to die once, and after that comes judgment." That's the human pattern. One life, one death. Yet Enoch and Elijah stand outside that pattern. And here's where the mystery deepens. In Revelation chapter 11, we meet the 2 witnesses, 2 prophets who appeared during the Great Tribulation, clothed in sackcloth, empowered to call down fire, shut the heavens, strike the earth with plagues. They prophesy for 1,260 days, untouched by their enemies, until the beast arises from the abyss and kills them. Their bodies lie in the streets of Jerusalem for 3.5 days, and then God raises them to life and takes them up to heaven. Who are these 2 witnesses? Some believe they are Moses and Elijah, since their miracles resemble the plagues of Egypt and the droughts called down by Elijah. But Moses died and was buried, even if the location was hidden by God. Others believe it is Elijah and Enoch. Why? Because both were taken alive. Neither tasted death. And Hebrews says every person is appointed to die once. The idea is that they return in the last days, complete their earthly course through martyrdom, and fulfill that universal appointment with death, before being raised to glory. It's not just poetic, it's prophetic. Enoch, the Gentile prophet from the pre-flood world, and Elijah, the Jewish prophet to Israel. 2 witnesses, 2 testimonies. One to the nations, one to the covenant people. Together they declare the coming of Christ, stand against the Antichrist, and are lifted up by God before the watching world. Whether symbolic or literal, their story reminds us that death has no power over those who walk with God. That even in the darkest hour of human history, God will raise up bold voices, and those who walk with him will never truly perish. So while the world fears death, we look to Enoch and Elijah, men who defied it. And we remember the words of Jesus. "I am the resurrection and the life. Whoever believes in me, though he die, yet shall he live.